Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to TM7 Adventures. Lisa here. I am just getting ready to make dinner and I thought I'd flick on the camera and say hi. So if you are watching on, I'd love to know you're watching on today. And we're going to make a beautiful recipe that I've actually never made, but it's really highly rated from Noni Jenkins, called the shredded chicken satay pad thai. Now you are going to need to watch the whole lot on YouTube because you're not going to be able to sit here and watch me fill in time by talking in between the steps, so check the rest out on YouTube. But let's get straight into this recipe. It's a beautifully rated recipe, so I'm excited, and it only takes 40 minutes, which that's a win. We are going to use the cutter today to make some of this recipe. So Finley, would you please get me a Thermomix top? I haven't got the lid, please. All right, we're going to start with doing some cabbage. So the recipe calls for cabbage sliced in 1 centimeter strips because that acts like the noodles in it. I'm going to use my cutter today though. So what we're going to do is we're going to just plop this in. This is the TM7 cutter. I've just got it. I've used it three times now. I'm so excited to have it back. It's actually something I didn't know that I was going to miss when I sold my TM6 with it. So super excited that it is back. You'll have to search, buddy. I don't know. You have a look. You might have to look in the dishwasher. So I'm going to just jump out of this recipe into the manual modes. I'm going to come down to my cutter, my slicing, and we're going to do some slicing. So we're going to, in here I've got, so if you're unfamiliar with the cutter, hello Janelle, lovely to see you on. We've got a shaft, we've got the catching bowl. We then have the blade. Now, depending on which way the blade goes, depends on whether it grates or cuts. So I wanted to cut into the equivalent of rings, so not grate. So I'm going to go this way up. There's a little embossing on it that shows you which way what does. And then this goes on top. And then we have our little pusher on top. So I want thick because I actually don't want it too fine. And we're going to put, so I've got cabbage. I've cut it to probably too big. I was going to say the size to fit down the blade shaft, but let's be real, that's probably a little generous. I always do that. My eye, it's like that whole eyes are bigger than your belly kind of thing. So in this goes, I'm just going to put it in here. Thank you, darling. Just leave it there. Okay, and then I just push play and off it goes. You can see it's turning down. You can see how quickly it took care of that. I'm just going to get another bit to put in. Just has to fit in this hole here. Next bit. And then I reckon this end bit, come on, it's a two-handed job. Might have the last bit being too big. I'll just cut it down again. Still at 30 seconds, heaps of time. There's that bit and that bit. Done. So that was about 40 seconds-ish. Mind you, I took some time to re-slice and dice, okay? So look at that, shredded cabbage. Easy, about 200 grams. And what I love the most is that the bowl is ready to go, still and clean. However, public service announcement, remove your cutter shaft every single time. We are not going to be chopping our cutter shaft up, okay? It is a slightly different design to the TM6. It has little 4 little prongs on it, but does the same job. I keep mine normally in the top of the pusher, but I'm just going to plop it up here today, out the way. So that's now ready for later. Let's get back into our recipe now. If you do want to get your hands on a cutter, let's host a demo. We can jump online with 2 friends. Takes about an hour, maybe 90 minutes if we decide to cook together. You can have your friends to your house to watch on and cook together, or maybe they all live interstate. You can all watch on. Really easy to get yourself a cutter at the moment. Oh, Chris, I'm devastated for you. Chris's Thermomix is in transit to get a new TM7. You're going to love it, I promise. Hello, Helen. Hello, Raylene. Lovely to see you all on today. So let's get back into this recipe. Doesn't it look vibrant and colourful? I'm so excited. All right, let's push go. Line the Vorwerk tray with a piece of wet, well wrung out baking paper. So we are making an egg omelette on top. Have you done that in your Thermomix yet? It's so good. It's been a long time. Actually, yeah, it's been a long time since I've done this. Years ago when pre-COVID, and I used to open up my home when we lived in Brisbane, and I used to have cooking classes. We used to do a Vorwerk class, and I used to do this massive, beautiful omelette in the top, and everyone was always so excited by it. Hello, Amy. How are you? Omelettes are fantastic in your Thermomix, okay? Place a bowl onto the mixing bowl lid and weigh said cabbage into bowl. Already done. Fabulous. Set the bowl aside. Done. Okay, let's place. So it's got, first of all, some spring onions, green onions cut into thirds. I've just got garlic chives from the garden. I don't have, I do have purple onions curing in the shed, but use what you've got, what's within reach, what you can be bothered with. We're going to chop that down for 4-second speed 6. So all those little greens are going to get chopped down. He even dried the lid for me. It's amazing. Okay, here we go. Chop that down. Now you can hear it's done in 2 seconds to go. Hey Sue, lovely to see you on this afternoon as well. Scrape down the sides with a spatula. Now I've not been home today, so I have no idea what is where. I did all the things today. Car service in Gympie and then Bunnings trip. You know you're a boy mum when you spend more time in Bunnings than you do in any other shop ever. So we now have more stuff to paint and put together. Okay, scrape down the sides with a spatula. Let's add 4 eggs. So I'm going to do 5 because this serves 4. So into the bowl, and my eggs are not huge at the moment either. In they go. I do have rainbow eggs though. Let me show you my rainbow eggs. Love sharing my rainbow eggs. Look at the colours at the moment. They're so cool. Oh, now I'm throwing things around again. So enjoying my very colourful egg rack at the moment. Somebody said to me the other day, do you have any white eggs? And I actually don't think we do anymore. Our white girls are very old. They are, well, when I say very old, they're very old for, they were our originals when we first moved here 4 and a bit years ago. And they're retirement girls. So no, they are not producing many, if any, these days. So next, let's mix this for 5-second speed 3, and I'm going to take that 3 seconds to wash my fingers to get the egg off it. So I've got 5 seconds. Okay. There we go. Next. Carefully pour the egg mixture onto the baking paper in the Vorwerk tray and set aside. Oh, love that. I'm just going to try and grab a bit of the greens from up the sides that I obviously didn't scrape down well. Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to do that another mix. I want that a little bit more mixed. It would be okay, but you're going to end up with that texture through it, and I don't... Where'd I go? Come back. I don't particularly want... I want it more mixed. Simple as that. Personal preference. And I guess the beauty of Thermomix, right? You get to choose. So I'm just going to go a bit faster. I'm going to go up to speed 5, and I'm going to whip that up like I would scrambled eggs. There we go. That's better. 5-second speed 5 if you actually want to scramble it like you'd expect scrambled eggs to be scrambled. That's better. You could hear the difference. The first one kind of just mulled it around. The next one blitzed it up. Very important question for those of you watching on today. Have you thought about Christmas yet? It's like 5 weeks away. There is a Christmas online cooking class that I'm running with 2 of my Thermi besties Wednesday night. So 2 nights away. It's online. It's on Zoom. We're going to do 5 dishes between the 3 of us. Probably take an hour and a half or so. Great chance to get on and get inspired. Different things. There will not be pavlova this year in the cooking class. I'm sure I will cover pavlova on one of my videos in the coming weeks, but they won't be on that class. We're doing kind of things that hopefully you may not have considered or tried before. So yeah, if you're free, pop on and have a look. Even if you can't make it, actually register, because chances are I will try and put the recording in the email afterwards. So that is in there. Okay, next. Rinse and dry the mixing bowl. Nah, don't feel like it. Okay, so next up is 3 garlic cloves. So I do have those. The reason for the rinse and dry garlic, what's this called? Bowl is probably, am I making a whole? No, we're cooking it. That's okay. I was going to say, are we making a dressing? It's okay. But what I do need to do is grab some ginger. So you're getting a very slightly disorganized Lisa video this afternoon. There we go. Ginger. I know. This is the one thing, by the way, Thermomix Consultant Truths. This is one of the few packaged goods we buy, and it is our backup food. We just had an order come today, a delivery, but, oh, now I dropped it on the floor, so now it's in 100 pieces. But what I was going to show you underneath all that was our ginger and turmeric. Some of it actually needs to go in the ground. Well, I'll probably use it to be, the kids make cordial and stuff. But see these ones, if you're not sure, If you ever find them like that in your cupboard, you can plant that and it will grow. You can actually plant that into 3 bits and it will grow. So what happens is, here's one that's happening. See the little green leaves coming out of it? See that? So if you plant that, that'll turn into a ginger plant and it will exponentially multiply. And this is turmeric, and the turmeric is doing the same. I don't know, maybe that's, I don't know what that is. It looks like turmeric, but it's shooting like ginger. Not sure. But anyway, there you go. FYI, a little bit of info. So back to the recipe. We want to put in there 3 garlic cloves and 4 centimeters of ginger. So even though that's a bit dry, I'm just going to slice it up into the usual little rings. I'm trying to think what I made recently for the family. And I took a shortcut and I didn't slice it. And boy, did they complain about the little hairy bits in their curry. So cut it up. Okay, slice it up. All right, 4 seconds, speed 7. Let's chop it. Yeah, I couldn't believe it because most of the time, you know, queen of shortcuts here. If I can shortcut something, I will. But yes, they called me out on it the other day. Must have been a curry I was making. Scrape down the sides with a spatula. Look at that. Didn't I do a brilliant job even though it was a damp bowl from the eggs? Okay, add to the bowl apple cider vinegar, 2 teaspoons. So I'm just going to guesstimate this. Actually, you know what I can do? 2 teaspoons is, a teaspoon is 5 grams, so let's go 10. Or 25 because I'm heavy-handed. Okay, tamari is soy sauce, so don't go shopping particularly for tamari. Just use your soy sauce. We want 40 grams. Doesn't matter if I'm a little over because I'm a little over with the first bit. So 50 it will be. Raw honey. Oh, it's because it's noni. I was like, raw honey. They don't normally say raw. If you can get honey from somebody locally, it's better than what you're going to buy in the supermarket. Unless you've got a fancy supermarket that stocks like real honey. And that's why she said raw. Ours comes from our bees. So Mr. 14 went out and robbed the bees on the weekend. There was one hive that particularly has been incredibly active. And so he actually went out. I haven't looked at the big container yet to see how many litres he bought in. Or kilograms. I don't know how you... We normally just mark it on the barrel so we can see when and how much. Nut butter. That's an interesting one. I don't know if I got that out of the fridge. I will probably use peanut butter and I will probably have to do it off camera because I wasn't that organised. So we'll just go ahead, unless I've got a little person who hears me in a second and can get the nut butter out for me. I do have somebody. But this is coconut oil is next. If you don't have coconut oil, I reckon you could get away with using olive oil. I don't think there's any reason why you need coconut oil. It's not a setting agent in this recipe. So I'm just going to, thank you, you're amazing. I have peanut butter. We've been going through a fair bit of this lately. I might do 40 grams of this first so that I can use the same scoop because I wouldn't want to go the other way, but I'm happy to go this way. Okay, nut butter is coming next. So tear that off. In this goes. Now what you're not going to see today, but you will have to go check out on YouTube, is actually how to do the chicken step. So we're making the beautiful marinade, saucy, like soy yumminess, honey soy. But what you're going to not see is actually the cooking off of the chicken. So you need to head over to YouTube to see that tonight. Probably run a bit late, being that it's already after 5. And it takes me a little while to be able to upload these videos. But that would be where I'd suggest going and checking out tonight. Next. Okay, so I did say scrape down the bowl at the beginning, but obviously I didn't. But I will do it now because I do want to incorporate that garlic and ginger. In that goes. And now we're going to mix it 10 seconds, speed 2. And then we're going to cook it. We're going to reduce this down beautifully. So 10 seconds, speed 2. You can't even hear this. On speed 2, you cannot hear it moving around. It's just crazy. It's still taking something to get used to. Mind you, it's quite funny when you go out and you can actually see what the kids are cooking from home. I could see them using the Thermo today. I was like, what are you making, guys? So now we're going to cook it. So it's cooking for 4.5 minutes, 80 degrees, reverse, and off it goes. So we're going to leave that cook and we're going to come back on YouTube and watch how we actually cook our chicken, cook our egg, and then assemble it all together and serve it up. which will be really exciting to see that whole process out. So if you've got questions, reach out. I'd love to hear from you. If you're interested in trading up your Thermomix for a TM7, or maybe starting with your TM7 journey from scratch, you've never had a Thermomix, I'd love to help you. If you live in Australia, I can. If you live across the world, I can't. I'm sorry. But yes, if you've got questions, please reach out. I'd love to give you the information. I'd love to give you a link to do so as well, so that I can help you get it and then help you get the most out of it. But otherwise, I'm going to see you. Oh, and if you want a demo for the cutter, reach out. I'd love to do that too. But otherwise, I'm going to see you on YouTube in an hour's time with the rest of this recipe. So otherwise, take care and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. And I hope you can't hear the cackling in the background. Can you hear that? And I can't find my mouse to say goodbye either. So between the cackling outside and my mouse. Bye, guys. Okay, welcome back. It now says transfer this sauce to a bowl and set aside. So into a jar it is. And it looks divine. Look at that. Yum. So good. Beautiful, yummy peanut butter. All the things. Oh, no. Nah, I can fit, maybe. Oh, dearie me. Okay, so next up we're going to cook this. Now, interestingly, in this recipe, it calls for you while we're cooking this next step to actually saute. Oh, yum. It actually tells you to saute your cabbage off on a fry pan. Now, we don't need to with the TM7. So as a little bonus, once we get through this next step, I'm going to clean out my bowl and I'm going to show you how to saute with your TM7. That's a little bonus because, yeah, we don't need to use a fry pan when we got a TM7. I love it. So, and truth be known, I didn't look ahead enough to realize that was coming up. I thought we steamed it. All right, next. So we've done that. Place the Vorwerk dish into position. Oh, leave the lid first. Vorwerk dish. This is said dish. Next, weigh into the Vorwerk chicken thighs. Now, it's supposed to be like bone in, all that jazz. I don't have that. I've just got chunks, so we've just cut them up. Okay? This goes in the top with the eggs. Secure the Vorwerk lid, and then we're going to steam for 15 minutes at steaming temperature. So that's your Vorwerk if you're on a different model, and on speed 2. Okay, so lid goes on. Make sure it's down. We press the play, and then this is where it says, meanwhile, follow the steps to fry off your cabbage on a fry pan. So I'll be back. We're going to come back together, and I'm going to make sure my chicken is cooked. So if you're cooking along to this later, slice a piece of chicken in half, make sure it is white all the way through and not pink. I'm going to put that all in a thermo server and put the lid on, and we're going to come back. When we come back, we're going to come back with a clean bowl, and I'm going to show you how to saute off your cabbage in your TM7, because we can do that now, and it's so cool, and I love it. So I shall see you in 15 minutes time, probably longer. I feel like 15 minutes is not long enough. So if it's not done, I'm going to, it won't be done. I'm going to put an extra 10 to 15 minutes on that. I've been steaming with Thermomixes for a long time. 15 minutes is not long enough to cook bone in or hunks of chicken. If I diced it into like 1 inch cubes, yes. But on that, I'm going to be doing a longer cook. And so when I come back and it's all in the thermo server, I'm going to report back to you on how long that actually took, so that you know what to expect when you make it in your Thermomix. So I'll see you in a moment's time to show you the next step. So we'll see you soon. Okay, welcome back. We are just about to put this in the thermo server, but I thought I'd show you how to shred chicken. 6 seconds reverse, speed 4. Actually, I should scrape this topping into it as well. Hang on a second. Let's get this off the top. It's beautiful meat juice. Might as well be part of it. And by the way, that gorgeous liquid underneath you can keep. It's a beautiful chicken broth, if you'd like. Alrighty. So, shred. 6 seconds, speed 6, reverse. Reverse is important so you don't chop it, but you pull it. So this is going to pull that meat for us, and then it's getting added to our chicken, our egg. Add the reserve satay sauce. Yum. I did wonder if that was going in. Okay, in this goes. Coat that chicken. That will be beautiful in there. Okay, and then what does it want us to do? It wants us to next mix 5 seconds reverse, speed 2. Press play. Now it says to cut the omelette up. I've done that already. Did that, had heaps of time to do that. Look how pretty that is. Look at the colours. Love that. That's going to depend on your eggs, right? Like some eggs are brighter coloured than others. Cut the omelette into thin slices and divide the cabbage and sliced omelette between the serving plates. Then put the sauteed chicken, some coriander. Won't be doing coriander. Sorry, coriander loving friends. I don't love it. Some cashews, roughly chopped, some red chilies, which we won't be doing, and some more onion if you'd like. So I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to put the lid on. Look at that beautiful shredded chicken. Yum. I'm going to have a taste in a minute. But what we are going to do is clean up the bowl, and I'm going to show you how to saute off that cabbage so that it acts as the noodles in this recipe. Yum, this is beautiful. By the way, I think my chicken took half an hour. So if you're wondering, I hit the repeat button on it and made it go another half hour. The egg was done after that 15-minute cook time. So that was pretty cool. All right, so just give this a little stir around and we'll put the lid on. It smells amazing. I want to taste it. It smells like peanut butter. Good smell to have. By the way, if you can't do peanut butter, of course you can make your own sunflower seed, nut butter, like nut butter equivalent and those sorts of things by all means. Yep, that's good. Yum. Yum, that's beautiful. Well, throwing things in the sink. All right, let's get on to making the cabbage. So we're going to use our high heat mode. By the way, we finished that recipe. Season with salt, serve with some lime. We're done. Now let's jump out and do cabbage for a second. So I need some oil and we're going to use our browning mode. So browning, we're not going to use intense. Intense is used predominantly for meat. Now I could use butter, but I'm just going for what I can reach. It's getting to that time of night. So we're just gonna stick with what I can get to. Into our Thermomix goes our cabbage. Let's see how much it actually weighed in the end. And we will be gently sauteing this off. So no need for a fry pan when you have a TM7 on the bench. I love that because I am the queen of burning things in a fry pan. Okay, so now we put the lid on. Doesn't matter that it's a dirty lid. Close off the scales and press play. And I'll come back in 10 minutes time and I'm going to show you what it looks like and whether we need a bit longer. I don't know yet. It was 250 grams, right, of cabbage in there. So I'll know as soon as we're done. So we'll see you shortly. Okay, friends, it's actually not been 10 minutes left. I don't know if you can quite see which way, this way. Still got a minute and a half to go, but I wanted a little crispy still because it was sauteed off, but we didn't want it soft and like how I sometimes will do my cabbage. We want it a little bit firm still as well. So I'm just going to stop it. You can actually hear it sizzling. Can you hear that? It's beautiful. So we're going to serve it up. So let me take you on that little journey to serve it up. So I'm going to put cabbage in the bottom. Oh, it smells amazing. Won't put too much in. We need to actually, not everyone will have the cabbage. Let's be real. So then we've got our beautiful, and I've chucked in here some cashews already. Okay. Now this would be a lot more vibrant and bright if I put a chili in it, but you know, got to keep those. No, I don't like chili either. I was going to blame the children, but let's be real. I don't love chili that much either. I like the flavors, but I don't like the heat. So eggs and some of the shredded chicken. I've got some sprouts here I'm going to put in. My puppy dog's turned up. She thinks this is for her. I don't think so, puppy. Might put some more nuts on top later. Some sprouts. And then a squeeze of, sorry, you couldn't see me loading my bowl. A squeeze of lime juice. And look at that. Beautiful, healthy pad thai from Noni Jenkins on Cookidoo. Check it out and tell me what you think when you give it a go, but it smells amazing. That sauce, that chicken, shredded chicken, so good. Mr. 14 is licking out the bowl as we speak, but I think this is something you need to put on your to-dos. It's a really quite a quick recipe. It took a bit longer with the chicken having to cook being so big, and I can't imagine that's going to be a meat. I thought it said bone in. The picture looked like a drumstick, like bone in, but you then shred it, right? So it's not going to be. But cut it smaller so that it cooks in that 15 minutes. If you cut it into 1-inch cubes or strips, it'll be fine. You don't want it in big chunks like that. Maybe I misread it, but give this a go. Put on your to-dos. Yummy, smells amazing. I can't wait to eat it. But otherwise, take care. And if you've got questions about the recipe, of course, I'd love to hear from you. Don't hesitate to reach out. And if you want to get your hands on a TM7 and you live in Australia, I'd love to help you get one. Love the TM7 and what it does to help us in the kitchen. So take care, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.